Hello, Marcus Lim here with the seventh and final volume of Frank Miller's Sin City Deluxe Edition. And this one is called Hell and Back. And it turns out that this final volume is also the largest of them all. It collects 9 issues, which were originally published as 6 single issues. You can see 1, and then we got issue 2, issue 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Right? So this is a pretty big and long one. Okay, although it does move at a pretty fast pace, even though it's like 6 issues. You can see at the back here, as in all of the other deluxe edition volumes, this one is got like soft touch matte finish and all that stuff. Color gallery, pinup gallery, and a matching portfolio, right? With a feature deluxe print of new artwork from Miller and a slip case. And what's exciting as well is this is the 7th volume, so this completes the set. And so I'll show you how all 7 volumes, you can see how they all form the word Sin City, right? So we'll get to that, but before that, let's actually open this up. So, Hell and Back, the last volume. Alright, so here's the leaflet. Put that aside. And let me take out the book and the portfolio. So that's the... Let's have a look at the portfolio first. So, let's see. Interesting. This may be in the... That's Wallace, obviously. So a new print from Frank Miller, Wallace fighting the... I guess that's the police guy, right? Lebowitz. Yeah, I think so. Pretty cool. Okay, that's the portfolio. And let's go through the book. So Hell and Back, Volume 7. Okay. So begins with this woman Esther who is contemplating ending her life. And it so happens that this guy Wallace, a new character that you were introduced to just for this story, right? He happens to come across Esther just as she's about to jump. Okay? And so he rescues her. Okay? And then they sort of like get to know each other pretty well, I guess. Briefly. And then bang. Right? He got tranquilized. And they got separated. And so what follows is pretty much search and rescue story where Wallace has to go through like trials and just in search of Esther. Okay? And Wallace himself is presented as I would say, perhaps the most flawless hero that we've seen yet from Frank Miller. Yeah, I mean, he's like an artist, although he's also a soldier in his past life. So, he can fight, that's for sure. So don't mess around, as you can see. Don't mess with this guy, right? Look at his moves, Wallace. But yeah, like so he's on a quest search for Esther. Whatever it takes, right? Whatever it takes to find her. Along the way, we see some familiar characters. If you've read the last volume, Booze, Broads, and Bullets, you recognize Delia, the blue girl, right? Seductive blue girl. And that's Manute, right? I think so. So that leads me to think that this is actually more like a prequel set before the events of the previous Sin City tales. Okay. Anyway, that's Delia, drawn with irresistible sexuality. So I guess that's the point, right? Wallace is still able to resist. That just shows his, I guess, his integrity. All right. And yes, and there's also characters like the Colonel that we will also introduce back in Broads and Bullets. Who's Broads and Bullets? Okay. And there's Leia again. Okay. Look at those, one-page spreads, right? And that's what I'm saying, right? Even though it's a pretty long one, this one, it also kind of reads pretty briskly. And here we've got sort of like a first from Frank Miller's Sin City, which is like, it appears to be in full color. This dream hallucinogenic sequence, okay? Which is pretty cool because you get to see like characters from other Frank Miller comics like 300 Leonidas, right? That's Ronin, obviously. Rambo, Big Robot, Martha Washington. Isn't that Clint Eastwood from Dirty Harry? So very, very fun to see like a who's who, right? Anyway, as we approach the end now, okay, and we see this another new character, Maria, right, who also works with the Colonel. Okay, so again, right, Frank Miller manages to use color effectively. There's blue, there's orange, and towards the end, we finally figure out, why exactly this series is called Hell and Back. Because what Dwight discovers is something truly sickening, like the depths of human depravity, right? Like he discovers that, Esther's part of this ring, right? That human trafficking, engages in human trafficking, organ harvesting, that sort of sickening stuff, right? And so, he takes them down. And at the end, it's like a fairy tale ending for once, like it's all good. Like they just, Wallace and Esther just ride off into the sunset. It's like perhaps the first pure Sin City love story, which is actually what Frank Miller intended to be. See, a Sin City love story, right? So that's pretty cool, I think. A good way to end it. And so here's the gallery, okay, featuring art from Hell and Back. Okay, so there you go, gallery. And these are all the covers that I showed you from the single issues. Okay. Alright, and that's the the portfolio artwork from Frank Miller, just for this volume. Peanut gallery, okay, from various other artists. Alright, and I think that is it. Okay, there's a quote from Wallace: "Deliver the woman to me, or I will find you and I'll kill you." Okay, there you go, the 7th and final volume of Sin City, the Deluxe Edition. So the last and also the longest, baddest of them all. I mean, I would say that this is probably not as well known as some of the other ones, like Them to Kill For, Big Fat Kill, right? That Yellow Bastard. I mean, this was never adapted into a movie, although I guess given its length, it will probably be sufficient for a movie in itself, right? Like a 2-hour movie. I can see it work, right? And Dreamcasting might possibly be Johnny Depp as Wallace. That might work actually. Who knows? We might yet see it. But in any case, that's that's Sin City Hell and Back, Volume 7, Deluxe Edition. So hope you enjoyed this. And because this is the last volume, I'll actually move to another location and I'll actually show you how all the 7 volumes set looks like when they're put together to form the words Sin City. So yeah, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, I've got all 7 volumes of my Sin City Deluxe Edition all lined up, starting from the first volume, which is The Hard Goodbye, and then volume 2, The Damn to Kill For, volume 3, Big Fat Kill, volume 4, That Yellow Bastard, volume 5, Family Values, volume 6, Booze, Broads and Bullets, and the last one, the one that I just showed you, which is Hell and Back. So all 7 volumes, and you can see that they all form 2 words, Sin City, S-I-N-C-I-T-Y. So all 7 volumes and all complete. And I was actually doing the calculation, right? So each volume is US $100. So if you want to collect them all, which I did, it'll set you back about US 700. I guess if you're a hardcore Sin City fan, then you definitely want to shell out 700 to collect them all, the entire set. And yeah, so this entire set came out within the space of a year. I think the first one was like January or something, or 2022. We're now in November, so yeah, all 7 came out in the 20th anniversary, okay? Which is pretty cool. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this video, and also I guess all 7 of my review videos of each of these volumes. So yeah, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video.